Oh, hello everybody. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Moseby. Thanks for joining us for show number 2, day 3. This isn't it, although as a few of you were pointing out earlier on, it's kind of like day 4 really, because we launched our Crafting Christmas event on Sunday. It's been fun, hasn't it? Haven't we had the best time? Hasn't it been amazing? All of these great products, all of these great demonstrations. It has been so much fun. If you have just joined us for the first day this week, where have you been? You've missed so much. You've missed so much fun. You've missed new launches. You've missed double points. You've missed free gifts. You've missed the opportunity to win £250 or dollars to spend with us. But the good news is lots of those things are still available for you, like for example double points across everything that we're bringing to you over the course of the rest of the week. So if you shop the shows, you'll get double points. If you head to the website, you'll get double points. If you shop that little portion of the website where we've got 3 for 2s and discounts on things like your paper and card and Spectre Noir products and Gemini accessories, you'll get double points. It's right across the website, right across the shows and indeed the week. We've also got for you free gifts. Now I say free gifts, we have free gift. We did have a free gift for the £10, $10 spend. However, you guys have shopped in your droves, so that has now gone. We did say that that was while stocks lasted, and stocks have now gone. However, good news is we do have more stock of our £50, $75 spend. So basically you spend £50, you spend $75, and you will get this added into your basket for nout. It is our 2023 Christmas tree ornament, which I think is absolutely beautiful. If you've shopped with us previously of the Christmas events, you'll have other ones like this, because we did like a little stocking a few years back, didn't we? But it's the tree this year, and as Leanne was talking about the other day, I believe that we are going to be doing little Christmas trees every year from now on during the Christmas event, so you'll be able to pick up your yearly tree to pop on your Christmas tree when you spend £50 or $75. Those are limited edition, but as I say, we do have more stock of that, hence why you can still get it with your £50, $75 spend. And don't forget to comment. Now, we have had so many questions. We've had lots of hashtag bants. We have had lots of you just getting in touch, telling us what you're shopping for. Any comment during the show, you will be popped into a draw. And at the end of the show, we will take out a name at random. That name will go into the final draw on Sunday, where one person will win £250 or dollars to spend with us here at Crafters Companion. So, like a lot of you have just done, just say hello, just ask a question, just say, I'm here, whatever you want to do. As soon as you comment, you get a step closer to winning that shopping spree. Now, we have got a brilliant Colour Me Happy show lined up for you. Loads of hints and tips and inspiration coming your way on this amazing Power of Nature stamps collection. Seen previously before, sold out in double quick time, back by popular demand, and I know once again today a lot of people have already jumped in and bought this collection. I will go through it all for you in just a second, but it is today's pick of the day. That's the showstopper bundle that you've got just there. That's the best value for money. However, once we go through these stamps and you have a look at them, you think, if I just want the stamps on their own, you can do that. If you want to go for the stamps individually, you can do that. But who is the genius behind these incredible stamps? Who is the lady who's brought these to the fore and made these available to you? And who is the lady who's going to inspire you to grab them and get crafting with them over the course of the next couple of hours? Well, I'm delighted to say we are off to the craft lair. Sheena! You all right, Sheena?
I am, yeah. I was looking for the person you were talking about. Wow, I want to meet her. Where is she? Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's lovely to have you back. And people don't know, you're at home today, aren't you, in your studio?
I am. This is the studio where I hang out. It's really nice. We had a little VIP workshop last year, and just a few people came and visited, and yeah, it's really nice. It's very cosy. We have we've got the tea and coffee at hand, and obviously always biscuits, so we're always fine. But yeah, so this is where it happens. This is where I sit and play. I'm either here or I'm there with you guys. So this is pretty much it. Yeah. That's it.
Well, I'll tell you what, we had a lovely show we did earlier on. I love the fact that we can do this through the wonders of modern technology. And hopefully in this show, not only we're going to see loads of great demonstrations with you, will we meet the dog as well?
She's here, yeah. She'll definitely be making a visit. In fact, we could bring her in. Shall I bring her in now?
Come on, because I think everyone, we need a bit of cuteness at the start of the show. Quickly.
Willow,
Willow, come on, jump up.
Quickly.
Come on.
People waiting. Come here. Hey, there's Willow. Hey.
Oh!
With a tennis ball. Yay! Say hello to everybody, Willow.
She's super cute. Is she a cockapoo?
Yeah, she's a cockapoo, yeah. Aww. We've got, you wouldn't believe the amount of treats we have at hand to keep our bribe her to stay quiet. So every time there's a little murmur, it's like, oh, another treat, oh, there you go. But yeah, so you might hear her in the background.
So not only are you crafting, not only are you cutting all your shots in, but you're keeping the dog happy as well.
I'll tell you what, yeah.
Multitasking. What a collection, though. Should we have a look at a few samples with you? Because it's absolutely gorgeous, is this, Sheena?
Yeah, thank you. So if we look on the overhead, I got me techie woman doing the overhead here because it's a family affair. We've got everybody here. We're here for the day, Ben. So these are some samples that the fantastic Inkoids have made for me to give you some inspiration previously. Now, I should mention, those of you who've already got the set and those of you who are going to invest in this set, don't think this is the first and last time you'll see these. If you join the Inkettes, Sheena's Inkettes, everything, all the cards, Ben, are all there all the time in a folder. So you can look back, even if it's next year, the year after, and think, oh, what do I do with this again? What can I do with that? And you'll see all these cards there. And even better, it's where the team hang out. It's like the virtual clubhouse. So you'll have all the team like Debbie and Lisa and all the rest of the team there. And if you ask kind of, how do you deal with this? What's that about then? They'll tell you. In fact, last week when I did that, the office, and I did the technique that was Debbie's card, and it didn't quite work out the way it should have done. Yeah. Because we didn't have everything at hand. It was time, really, that was the problem. Debbie's done a step-by-step tutorial of that. So if you want to see how to do that, that's there. It's a really good bank of support and inspiration. So don't think this is it. We only can keep doing what we do, which we love what we do, if you can make amazing things with your investment by supporting us, and you do, because that's where you share your stuff as well. And you've been doing amazing things, and it's lovely, watching back from the Wednesdays, Ben. Yeah. Looking up the Crafters Companion groups as well as my groups, where people have been using the techniques that I've been sharing and sharing their work. It's like, yay, that's what it's all about. That is it right there and there. So as you can see, all these gorgeous inspirations and samples. But what we're doing today, it is absolutely a colour me happy. It is about as full-on colour as you're going to get anywhere ever, I would imagine. In the world. Because, well, it's a big claim, but, in my world anyway. Because what we're using, Ben, is we're using some of my favourite products, the aqua pens. So when we go through all the colours there's a plethora, a wealth of colours to choose from with the aqua pens, and they're such a good product and so versatile that I'm hoping that you'll be able to see the love and share the love that and just the value as we go through techniques with them. But what's powered them up is the fantastic introduction of one of the newest products is the shimmer sprays. Yes. Which we used in conjunction with these, Ben. Wow. It is like Transformers. We are Artemis Prime level now. Artemis Prime, I love it. We had little Bumblebee, and now it's gone to Artemis level. Because, can you see that background? Now, the other thing is, the Christmas event and all these Christmas cards and things that we're looking at. How festive is that card? I know, so good. Isn't it? And yet it's not necessarily a Christmas image, but look at this. Look at how gorgeous and appropriate that is. You can make it into a garland if you stamp around the outside. You can make it into just the main, so winter. It doesn't have to be a Christmas card. It can just be a seasonal card, which is perfect. We're going to do this as well this hour. So nice. I love that look and technique. We've been exploring this with the use of graphite pencils before, but we're going to use the water reactive inks with the aqua markers and the the shimmer sprays. And if you look, the shimmer sprays make their show on the butterfly there. Can you get in the reflection there? Can you see the blue?
Yeah, absolutely.
Isn't that gorgeous? So instead of using them in a spray fashion, which is what they're kind of intended for, to spray backgrounds, and we're actually painting with them as well, which why not? Because you can. And when you paint with them, like the aqua pens, and you dilute them and you paint them in smaller areas, they go even further. They're going to last and last and last. So these are all the cards, the special cards that we're working through today. We've already looked at this one in Beautiful Beginnings, but we're going to look at this hour. The plan is we're going to focus on these two here, the berries.
Yeah.
And variation of both, and the butterfly. That's the plan for this hour once I get myself everything out and sorted. If I pop those away there, Ben, and hand back to you.
Okay.
While I do that.
Yeah, sounds like a very good plan to me, Sheena. A very good plan.
Good indeed.
Fire the questions in. I can see already a few of them coming our way, so get the questions in and I'll pose them to Sheena as we head through the show. Lots of excitement already though. And let's say a few hellos too. We have got Radical Rachel on the socials today with Marianne Rose already with us. Sarah Brown saying hello again, all crafty friends. It's now 11 p.m. here in Melbourne, Australia. So I'm now watching from my bed, sending you all hugs. Terry H says good morning all, working but watching in the background as usual. Mary Beth Doyle in Minnesota. Carletta Morris is in from Arkansas. And hi to Marianne Squire Matza, who says, hello again, Ben, Sheena, Rachel, gallery, crew, team. Thank you so much. I adore Colour Me Happy. Nice to get a Colour Me Happy back on, isn't it? Donna Yam says, good afternoon from Vero Beach, Florida. Suzanne Thompson says, I love the Christmas decorations. And Nancy Jones says, glad to catch Sheena. It's always a learning opportunity. It is always a learning opportunity. So much you'll take away from this show. And indeed, later on, Beautiful Beginnings, stripping it back just a little bit. You know, if you are fairly new to crafting, it's a good one to join in on, is that show. The cards are beautiful, says Suzanne Thompson, and EP says, oh my goodness, these inky art prints are so beautiful. Wow, says Donna Yam. The butterfly in the blue shimmer is amazing. We'll be seeing all of that and more on this show. Listen, if you want to go for the pick of the day, you've got all of the new, well, they're not new stamps, the relaunch stamps, if you like, in this collection. So basically what you're going to get, all 4 of those stamp sets that we've just had a bit of a look at. So Butterfly Blooms, you've got the Berry Much, you've got your Beautiful Buttercup, and then you've got your Beautiful. They all come with their own little sentiments as well, which are super cute. Things like your best wishes. You've got Made with Love, just for you. That's really cute as well. You've got a little with love on there. Just be happy, going down the B line there. And that one there, which we saw earlier on as well. If you're a Friends fan, you'll love that. How you doing? How you doing? Miss You, which is super cute too. But loads of lovely sentiments on these, and big size stamps too. I know that was one of the first questions. We'll chat to Sheena about in just a second, the size of these stamps. But you get all of those in the bundle, and then within the showstopper, these 2 bad boys are included. Now, you get the aqua markers in your florals, so dual-ended watercolour markers, ultra fine nib one end, beautiful brush nib the other, and of course 12 colours here, but the fact that they are going to be used, you know, with your water, you're going to be mixing these up, making your own palettes. You can create so many different colours with these as well. In essence, you get this plus your 20 sheets of watercolour cardstock, 300 GSM. That would normally set you back £37 or $54. You get it in the showstopper bundle for an extra 10. Which is crazy value, really. And what I would say is, I know this has been such a great week, hasn't it? And budgets have probably been blown already. But if you were thinking about getting the stamps, and you'll see in just a second, the price difference is just literally 10, it's worth going for the showstopper, because this and this, these are consumables. You will eventually run out of these, of course. So why not get them within the showstopper, and you've got them there, you know, for when your aqua pens do run out, when your marker paper does run out. So that showstopper deal there is $41.96 or $49.80. This is the, so you confused me, this is the bundle here for just the stamps on their own, all right? So that was the pick of the day, the showstopper, where you get double points. This deal on the screen is just for the stamps here. So if you just want to go for those, $25.57 or $31.84, but you still get your double points because you get double points across everything. So, and as you can see, as I told you, you're spending just an extra tenner. So it's entirely up to you, wherever the budget lies. If you just want to go for the stamps individually, pick one of the collections, you can also do that too, but it is entirely up to you. Few comments coming through. Freddie says, Billy loved seeing Willow. Billy is also a cockapoo. And then the suggestion here saying, this is from Rachel. Well, Rachel, I'm game for this if you are. Shall we have everyone send in their cockapoos if they have one? I'm up for pictures of cockapoos. I'm up for pictures of cockapoos, and maybe we can get Willow to choose the best one. I don't know. If you've got a cockapoo, send in a picture. I can hear them in the gallery going, no, what are you doing? Don't do that. Send them in, and if we can show them, we will. Right, let us get started. Before we get into it, Sheena, a couple of questions about size. The size of the stamps a few people are asking about. We can see that they're quite big, but what sort of size are we talking about?
The A6, Ben.
Okay.
So A6. So basically, when I design stamps, they're usually two sizes. I usually do an A5, A6. Sometimes Liam and the team will resize them and things too, maybe slightly, but generally those kind of sizes. So half an A5 size, which means that it keeps the cost down. But you know me, I like to give you large images that will fill that space, because you can ruin a really good image by shrinking it down too much, and it just turns into like confetti stamps. Like you need a lot of them to make it look good, whereas one good bold image, and that you can actually have space to colour in and do all your techniques in, and that's the mission, because I'm drawing and sizing these as a crafter, as a stamper, not as someone who isn't going to be using them after the design stage, if that makes sense.
Yeah, excellent. Right, let's crack on. We're almost 20 minutes in. So where are we going to start? Which one are you going to stamp first, Sheena?
Well, I'm going to use the berries. It's going to be very good, like you said.
Yes.
But I just thought, what I'm going to do is, because Colour Me Happy, but we're going to go through the foundations again, and I'm going to briefly talk about the stuff that's in that pick of the day, because this paper, seriously, don't underestimate the Spectrum Noir, the importance of a good quality paper. Once you've used this, you'll get it. It's super, super thick. It feels even thicker than 300 GSM. It's for watercolour. So by watercolour, it doesn't mean just watercolour paints that you've got at home. It means all of your aqua pens, your water-based inks, anything that is water soluble. This is the best of what you can put your colouring onto. Yeah. So don't use this for your background. You don't use it definitely not for your construction. Use it for your toppers, where you want to do different techniques, like a wet into wet technique, or layering up your watercolors. And this is bigger than A4, so don't think this is just A4 size. Because it's that bit bigger, you're going to get a lot of usable topper sizes out of this. So what I do is I cut them down. As soon as I get my thing, I pull a couple of pages out and I trim them down. But you're going to need your bigger trimmer for that, because like I said, it won't fit in your thing. Once you've got that, that's how I store them. So the reason this is so good is the weight of it, low chalk content, and it's designed to let the paint move across the surface of your card, so you can blend it. It will one colour blend into the other nicely, and it'll stay wet for long enough for you to do that. So the next stage is I've started to stamp this around the edge of the card. So instead of using the whole image as I could, as you've seen on the samples, I'm stamping around the outside of this just to give it a different kind of look. So I'm going to use because I know I'm going to colour it in with a water-based product, I want to use an ink that isn't going to bleed when I add the water. So, funnily enough, the clues are there. Waterproof dye. Fantastic.
That's what it says on the tin.
It's even I can decipher that one. So that's the one you want, and I'm going to use flagstone. I like flagstone because it's just a little bit softer than a black. You know, black's good as well, and I wouldn't say I'm not going to use black again, but I do like the flagstone. It's just a little bit softer. It's still really dark though, so don't think it's a barely there line. You're definitely going to see that line. I've popped it on my rocker block. I've got ink all over my hand off the stamp, and definitely what you don't want is what I've got here. Can you see there? I've got ink on my rocker block there. Yeah. That's about the only place you don't want to get ink. And guess what? I got ink on that bit.
What you
can
like.
get ink in the background here, you can get it anywhere you want, but don't get it on the rails of the rocker block, because if you do, that will transfer to your image. If it's not on the rails, you're pretty safe, to be honest, because it's not going to go where it shouldn't go. So we've got that bit, and then we want that little bit at the top there, which I'll just ink this bit up here. So there isn't any scientific formula to this. All I'm doing is going around and fitting in the stamp where I can, and that'll do nicely there. I can work with that. What I should say is, if you've got an area that you've missed a bit, so say you've stamped all of this, and in your haste, which does happen, because I am a bit hasty now and again, is you can miss a little bit of the line. So you've stamped everything great, and then you've got a little bit of a line missing. Absolutely turn to your pens, your art liners, because these are going to get you sorted out for you. So if there's a little bit where, it's broken the line and you think, oh, I don't want to stamp all that again, a big tip is just use your liner just to go over if that does happen. So there was a tiny little faint bit there. You don't want to have to redraw the whole stamp, but sometimes, it's a tiny little bit that you think, oh, that could look better. And that's it. So definitely, this is why I always sing the praises of having a set of outliners at hand as well. So pop those over there. Right, now let me talk to you about the pens before we start to use them. And pop that to one side. That's the stamps. Oh, I should mention, the stamps are photopolymer as well. So not only are they sizable, Ben, they're also, you can see that's the largest rocker block, but they're also photopolymer, which is the highest grade of material that a stamp as we want. So acrylic is also transparent, but it can squidge when you stamp with an acrylic stamp. You sometimes can get a double line because it's soft, it's too soft, and you get like a double ghosting. And also to capture the level of detail, it's harder to mold it as well as with the photopolymer. So that's why all of my stamps going forward will be photopolymer as well as these ones here. So there you go. So we'll continue with that.
Excellent.
Did you have anything to say there, Ben? Was everything okay?
No, just lots of lovely comments coming through, enjoying the show. Brenda's saying she can't wait to try the paper. Love the berry stamps. Reminds me of huckleberries, says Margaret.
Yeah.
Bumper crop this year. I don't think I'd know a huckleberry if someone threw one in my face, to be honest with you. What does a huckleberry look like?
I don't know, but I know like huckleberry fin. I do know boysenberry. A boysenberry I got when I was in America. Boysenberries are lovely. We've had this discussion before. People are going, boysenberry. It's a boysenberry.
Oh, I vaguely remember that. Yeah, boysen. A boysen.
Yeah, they're like very big blackberries, like huge blackberries. They're lovely. Very nice. They're very sweet. So I thought we'd start explaining about these here pens. All right, before we go to the colouring. It's the floral set I've got to show you first, and because that's the one that you've got in the pick of the day, and it's a beautiful set. If as a crafter you look at pretty colours and you go, want that one, you're thinking not even with your practical head, you're just with your bonny colour head. This is the set I would get. But to be honest as well, Ben, I did a little demonstration earlier that I think we need to do again to show you that in a practical sense, you would think there all those colours, they're lovely, but what if I want to do something is on the opposite side of bright colours is a skin tone. There's nothing there that's going to resemble anything like a skin tone. There's nothing close in that set. However, watch this, and it's really simple. So I'm going to pick out two colours. I'm going to take out jasmine. And to be honest, when I did this earlier today, it was just random two colours I picked out. I hadn't planned this before the show, but as it happens, it was just to show you a brownie colour. But let me show you how cool this is. So this is the way I use the pens more often than not. Is basically they've got talk to you about the nibs as well. You've got a bullet nib on one side, which is as it sounds. Use a colour you can actually see because the lemon is so pale. A bullet nib on one side. So if you want to do details and little flowers and whatever, you can do your little create things with your bullet nib like that.
Yeah.
And any journaling, anything, any little extra details you want to pop in there, perfect for that. But the side I use more often than not is the brush nib, because that's the bit that you've got that control. You basically can have it as fine. If you've got a fine hand and a light touch, you can get almost a, super fine line, but then you can weight it and you've got like a, so if you're into brush lettering and things, you can make them really rock for you. But I like to use them like this, Ben. So basically, I like to scribble the ink out because, as I said, the ink is so concentrated that you use hardly any when you add water. They go such a long way that rarely do I use it straight from the pen. And you usually always add in water, which is great for value for money. So what I've got there in this little just quick mix here,
that's magic.
As I've got colour that, look at that. That's not bad for a skin tone, is it? Just with those two colours. So before your very eyes, and if you want to do that again, try it. Just try it at home. I would say it was about 6 to the power of 1 of this colour, this jasmine.
Yeah.
So about 6 jasmine to 1 orchid, and you're going to get a really good skin tone, even from a darker skin tone if you add less water. That's to very, very, pale, super pale. And yeah, so to be able to do that with pens that are this vibrant and pretty it just shows straight away. Then this is the product for me. I can play with that very nicely. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So let me take you through the set. That's the floral set in case you're adding to them. That's the one that you're going to get. And to be honest, you don't need to add anything to it because there's enough to mix there. You've got your primaries, you've got your yellows, your reds. The only thing you haven't got is a pure blue. But with the purples and orchids, you can get away with still mixing those browns and skin tones and things.
Yes.
The next set I would look at as a sensible set is the primary set, because here you do have your reds, you've got your yellows, and you've got your blues. So that colour mixing becomes easier with that set.
Okay.
We've got this set here. I love this one. This one is the essentials. This is a good set to add to that florals maybe, because it will mute anything that's in there on any of the colours. These are all your more muted earthy colours, which will complement those other ones brilliantly. And then the last one is the nature, which is colours that you would be inspired by sea and sand and forest and landscapes.
Those last ones you've shown us there, actually, Sheena, we've just popped on the bottom of the screen because you can get all those 3 sets in one bundle. So we've popped up the details on the bottom of the screen. Yeah.
Fab. Well, that is honestly this. If I could just, this is my Desert Island colouring product from Crafters Companion. If I could just take one colouring product, aqua pens, because as you say, you can do so much with them.
And you'd have the water on the Desert Island as well, Sheena.
Sorry, Ben?
And you'd have the water on the desert island as well to use with your pens.
You'd have loads of water. You don't want to drink it, but you'll have loads of salt water. Yeah. Yeah. As long as you've got a football called Wilson, you'll be all right.
Yes.
It's funny, because Willow is obsessed with tennis balls, and we've found out that the doggy tennis balls, she destroys them in next to no time.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're just not up to the job.
You want to get without sort of I'm not on commission, but the Kong balls I find are very good for our 2 collies.
They're pretty good, Ben. But you know what we've had to resort to?
What?
The tournament class, kind of tennis balls.
Well, like Wimbledon balls.
And usually, to be honest, the Wilsons. So now a tennis ball to Willow is a Wilson. They're all Wilsons because they usually are either that or another make, and they're like pressurized containers.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is not spoiled in any way, shape, or form. What? So I'm picking out colours now, Ben, for the berries, and I'm going to pick out. We're going to go bright and vibrant here. I'm even going to pick out some yellow. I've got sunflower, and I'm going to use some begonia. I may go to a red in another set just for a deeper tone. We may rose pink. No, we're going to stick with begonia. But definitely the two greens in here that, well, there's three greens, and they're all gorgeous. But I may stick with, well, no, I'm probably going to use all three. Let's just tell it like it is. If I want to go with a darker red for the berries and a more intense red, I think I'm going to go with the maybe the scarlet in this set, the primaries. I'm going to pick out. So what I would say is pick out what you're going to use before you start. Take your pens out. Don't think if you've got all of them that the mission is to use all of them on one project, because you won't thank yourself for it.
Okay.
Less is more. So yes, limit yourself a little bit. But we've got a few there, but just purely because we're going to, most of it's for the berries, to be honest. The greens are pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start by scribbling some of this pale green, this meadow, which is this is what you would call a warmer green. And people say, what do you mean by warm green? Leanne Chippers keeps telling the story about how when she was putting the whole of the Spectrum Noir range together, she didn't get the warm and cool colours. And that I explained that to her around a kitchen table. Yeah. And so basically a green is made up of yellow and blue, Ben, yeah? Uh-huh. So a warm, I'm trying to find somewhere that you can still see this, I'll put it there. A warm green would be one that has more yellow in it, and a cool green would be one that has more blue in it. So that's basically it with the greens, with warm and cool colours. So I'm going to take some of this, and this is how quickly I'm going to colour these in. I'm not going to take ages, because that black line there that we stamped is not going anywhere. And so where there's leaves joining other leaves, I'm certainly not going to paint a leaf at a time. I'm absolutely going to just go across the boundaries and just paint them together like that, because life's too short to paint individual leaves if you don't have to. We'll come back and we'll maybe shade them a little bit, but for now, this is fine. This is as much as we need, as careful as we need to be.
That's it.
I'll probably go down one side, and then we'll shade it, and then we'll come back and do the other side. So any questions, just shout up as well, Ben. All
okay,
good?
well, we'll watch you. I'll read. There's not too many questions, but loads of lovely comments coming through. Wendy just saying, good afternoon, Ben, Sheena and Rachel. During the break, says Wendy, I got my aqua pens out and I had a play. I was nervous about using them, and I've learned so much this morning that I decided to give them a try, and I really enjoyed using them. I made a colour chart and I tried out the techniques, and I'll be trying them with my shimmer sprays. Thank you so much. I've learned so much this morning, and I cannot wait to see what Sheena is going to do next. So that's Wendy Graham. You've given the encouragement to get her aqua pens out and have a play, and she's made a colour chart, which is a great start as well, isn't it, Sheena?
Oh, it's a great thing to do. I do that whenever I get a new colouring product. Marie, I'll tell you, that's the first thing I do, because A, it's therapeutic. It's lovely because there's no pressure. There's nothing. You haven't got to think. All you're doing is putting the colours on a chart. Yeah. Write the name next. That's about as much thinking as you need to do. It's just pure playing, but it's also getting the feel of the colours of that colouring product, noticing how they're reacting, how they're moving on that card, getting the feel for them and how you can blend with them. And it's just a really nice, no stress way to introduce yourself to your new toy, your new colouring product. And I do that every time. I absolutely wouldn't even dream of doing anything without making myself a colour chart. It doesn't mean that I laboriously look at the colour chart when I'm playing, but often when you have a packaging, you've got the printed image on a tin, for example, and then you've got bits of plastic at the end of it, say the pen or the paint on the pencil, and those aren't the colours. Those are someone who's matched their system of being able to dye that particular product as close to those colours as you've got. So what better than use the actual colours so you can see what the real colours are going to look like. I definitely think that's the best way to do it, is
Yeah.
put the real colours on card, and then you know exactly what you're working with.
That's it. A few more comments as well. Amelie says, I've learned so much since Sheena has been on every Wednesday. Olga says, Sheena makes creating amazing art accessible to us. And also, Sassy F just saying, hello, Ben and Sheena. First time chatting. Had to say, Ben, I love it when you're on presenting the products. You add character. Well, thank you. That's very kind of you. And Sheena, I love your stamps. Any design, it is totally awesome. And we can see Sheena colouring in here, but we want to see her more than you want to see me reading out the messages. But Sheena, absolutely stunning, as you can see her just colouring away. There we go. There we go. Always find it difficult to choose colours to use for each project, says Amelie Batiste. But Sheena is full of great tips. So going to save all the shows. Basically, Sheena, lots of people are very happy that you're with us today and sharing your knowledge once again.
Oh, well, I thank you so much, because you know what, that's what it's all about, really. There's no point me doing this if it's not what you guys want. So, you know, just keep asking,
yeah.
And I'm happy to, you know, to keep playing. And thank you. That means, you know, it's everything, really. And I love doing it. I love Wednesdays. I really do. And this one is the first one we've done in a virtual Sheena fashion.
That's it.
It's I think so far. I shouldn't say anything.
Don't say anything, Sheena. Don't say what you're about to say.
I'm not abort. You know what I'm going to say. You know what I'm thinking, but I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, I'm thinking it too, but don't say it out loud.
Not saying it. No,
that's it.
Because they'll hear. The gremlins will hear. So what I'm doing is I am putting this second colour down now, Ben. So here's the thing, right? It's like a recipe. When you've got somebody to help you, like the Inkoids or myself or any of the other people you're going to watch, they'll break it down for you, because this is the fun thing with teaching. This is the bit I love. When somebody like myself or Debbie or any of the team, Lisa, Sharon, Pamela, whoever, are creating, we don't always get it right first time. We are being random factor, right? You're having to try this and you're doing that and you're doing that. But what I like to do after that is break it down into a recipe for you. And once you've done that, once you've done all the experimentation, you might have used maybe more than this green, but go, oh, that one is actually the one I like. That's the way it's going to work. Then you can say, all right, well, what you're going to do is you're going to start with the lightest green. Then we'll go with this middle green, just kind of towards the base of the leaves, but leave the edges of the leaves light, because we want some light and dark. And then you're going to go with the darker olivey green, I think it's leaf green as they've called it, and then put that on for the real drama and impact, and where there's less light, where you imagine one leaf is behind another, and just blend it with water. And then it's a formula. Then it becomes teachable. It's not just kind of try it and see. It's actually something that you can go, okay, I can run with that. That I get, I can do that, and then we can all do it. That's the bit I love of what I do, making it accessible so we can all do that.
That's it.
Does that make sense?
It does. A few questions. What size paintbrush are you using?
I am using, Ben, a number 6 round. My default, right? So if I forget, which I will, because it's not just my age. I've been like that all my life, kind of thing. A bit forgetful, I'm not going to lie. But if I forget to tell you, my default paintbrush, painting, colouring in for painting, detail is the number 6.
Number 6.
So these brushes are the round technical brushes that
I knew that was coming.
Oh, Nicole. Oh, welcome to Crafton. Sheena Childs. Yeah.
Yes, my lady.
These I can't help myself. Ben, you bring out a naughtiness. I can't help myself.
You see, we're not even together in the studio. We're still being naughty.
I know.
A couple of questions back on point here. Sandra Dundas, Sheena, if the shimmer sprays dry out in my palette when I'm painting, is there a way to reactivate them? Can you reactivate them with a damp, wet brush to continue using?
You know, that's a question. I'll tell you what, we have to ask Deborah Durant, because this was something we were going to try and experiment with you. I'll try it. I've got some in my palette that should have dried. We're going to come back to it shortly, and we can see before our very eyes all together how that would work. Okay? I'm hoping it will reactivate. If it's a gum arabic based, it would.
Yeah.
So we'll hang fire on that, and we'll be able to see together. So can you see how we've got different shades and variations and on the colour and things on those leaves just by, and it didn't take ages, you know, we watered it down, we used hardly any colour, but we got that fabulous variation there. We're going to do a similar thing with the berries. So we're going to use, believe it or not, some of the sunflower, because when you want to create a vibrant, juicy red, it's nice to have a yellowy kind of glow underneath that. We'll maybe try some of the begonia. I may skip begonia out of that loop and go straight to, but this is where you're going to scarlet, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But we're definitely going to end up with a little bit of this burgundy for a shadow. So it looks like you're using quite a bit of colour here. Bear in mind, this is not anything that's grabbing the colour. This is sitting on a glass mat.
Yeah.
So there's hardly any product you're using here, which I love. I mean, really, if you've got that crafter's mentality, you can't help but try and save your product, because I think it's just in us. If you're a crafter, you love something that is cost effective. It can be lovely, and we will invest in stamps and dyes and things like that, but where you can save your product, I think it's just in all of us that you just want to do it, don't you? You don't want to do that.
That's it.
Another
quick question as well, from Charlotte, who says, will glycerin set water paint so they won't smudge if damp? Says Charlotte.
Will
glycerin set water paints?
Glycerin. I don't know what. I'm not quite sure what that. Do you mean like putting glitter on top of them?
No, like sometimes you use glycerin, don't you?
Oh, glycerin, Ben.
Yes.
Oh,
sorry, it's not going across the old sine waves there.
Laughing. Yeah, because I tell you what, my hearing. Oh, seriously, I needed one of those old-fashioned ear trumpets. You know what I mean? Honestly, this is like my life. They say a word and I go, what? Shoes? No. News? Oh, yeah, okay. Glycerin? No. Glycerin would do the opposite. Glycerin doesn't set.
No.
Glycerin actually will. Basically, it will slow the drying time down of something.
Yeah.
That's it. Glycerin doesn't set anything. You would need like spray and shine. If you really were worried, spray and shine is a thing that would set something.
Yeah.
Nothing will move if you spray it with spray and shine, for sure. If you're worried about that happening. So can you see how nice and contoured those berries look? I'm going to try removing blossom from the mix, just because if we can get it down to 3 colours, wouldn't that just be easier again? So we're using the sunflower from the floral, which is in your pick of the day. We're using burgundy and scarlet from the primaries, in case you were wondering which colours there.
Okay.
If you want to do purple berries, blueberries, kind of colours, all those colours are in the pick of the day. They're perfect, Ben, if you want to do those ones. The blueberry style.
Loving how Sheena uses so many effects with the same supplies to stretch our stash, says Cindy. And Laura says, I'm absolutely mesmerised by this. I have the Aquablend pen sets, but I'm scared to get them out. But arching, this has spurred me to get on them and get them out to get creating, says Laura. So she's a bit scared, Sheena, Laura.
No, get them out. Go on, girl. Seize the day. Yeah. Just do it. Think of the swoosh, people. Just do it, and you'll be fine. Honestly, what I would do, as I said, do your colour chart. Just paint your colour chart. That's a way of easing into it and getting over that little fear factor, and going, oh yeah, okay, they're not going anywhere other than where I put them. They're behaving. And then when you've got your confidence built up, just go for it. And you know what? If you're using something like that watercolour, the Artist Quality watercolour card that we have in the bundle there in the pick of the day.
Yeah.
It's so thick, it's so good that you can, even if you've coloured it in on one side, you can go to the other side and you'll be fine with it. So yeah, there's you just have a play, honestly. Just it'll be great. And if you can watch these back, you know, if you get them out and you think, right, what was that again? Just follow the formula, the light, medium and dark formula, and you'll be great. And that's exactly what I'm doing with these berries here. The light, medium, dark. There's the light, there's the medium.
Yeah.
So just leaving a little bit of the yellow, Ben, like that around there. So, and then the dark just around the outsides of the kind of globe type shapes of the berries, just to give it that kind of a little bit of shadow and contouring. Just around like this. Whoopsies. I'll pop a little bit more of the burgundy. When you're doing this, when you're putting new ink out, try to put the new ink not in the way you've got any water, because you don't want to wick that water up into your pens. I mean, it's not like that volatile, that, you know, you do it and then you go, oh no, I'm going to have to bin my pen. It's just, you don't want to keep doing that if you can help it. And then we'll just do that, and then we've got, so can you see how we've got almost that whole card done and it's coming together? Is this okay doing it in real time like this? Are you fine? Everybody want me to pick it up a little bit, or are you happy for me to continue?
I'm not getting shouted at, Sheena, so I'm assuming it's all good. As soon as I get shouted at, I'll shout at you.
Brilliant, that's it. Just kick down, Ben. I'm used to it. I know my place.
Oh dear. Just a question. I know we've got onto glycerin as well. Cindy's asking, you know, if you are using glycerin for that, to gain that open time, does vegetable glycerin work? She asks.
Yes. Oh. Yes, that's what I use. That's more of what you can get is usually the vegetable glycerin. Yeah, that's the very stuff, the very one, the very glycerin for you.
Wow.
Yeah. Indeed.
There we go. Amelie's just saying that you're making this look oh so easy, but I think it's a case of, again, isn't it, like you said to Laura a minute ago, get out the bits and pieces that you've got at home, have a play, and if it doesn't turn out the way you wanted it to, worst case scenario, you've wasted a bit of card.
Exactly. That's exactly right. And you know what? You don't learn to drive by just reading the book and doing it right the first time. You've got to kind of, like, you know, get the feel of it a little bit, get behind the wheel, and just, you know, give it a go. I will say, and this is the truth, this is all he can speak from his experience, you know, and teaching and things. From just personal observation and experience, Maria has been following what I've been doing with these techniques, yeah? And the difference in the things that her watercolouring and artwork now is on another level completely, and that's not because I'm saying and instructing everything that Maria's doing. It's just that she's got enough information to then keep doing it and realizing, oh, hang on, yeah, that's where that's go. Oh, and yeah, that wash wasn't working because, and that you know when you're speaking from your own reference, that's my reference point there to, like, as a reminder to say, right, yeah, it definitely works. Just enough information to get you going, and then it's all you. Then it's you doing it and working out and going, right, yeah, that there, then this, and then if I did that, that's where I could have improved that bit. But that's what makes it fun as well, is the improvement bit. You know, if you just were where you always are, you're gonna get bored quickly. You know, if that's where the level doesn't increase, it's not as exciting. I'm gonna colour these little bits here that are like the branchy bits. Yeah. And instead of getting some brown out, I'm just gonna use a bit of green, and I'll use a bit of burgundy, Ben, and I'll mix these two together. Yeah. And I should get a brownie colour. Yeah. There you go, brownie. Oh, I was in the brownies for, like, you know how long, Ben? You know how long I was in the brownies?
How long?
I think it might have been 2 weeks, just long enough for my mum to buy me brown sack uniform and everything that was required.
Why were you in 2 weeks?
I was in 2 weeks. And yeah, here's bigger irony though, Ben. You know what I was?
What?
I was a pixie. Ben, I've never been a pixie in my life.
Oh.
I've never would you say pixie and me in the same sentence.
Wow.
I was a pixie. And you know what led me to leave? I thought, even at a young age, it's not for me. I went for my gymnastics badge.
Yeah.
Tried to do a handstand and fell on my head.
Oh, no.
I gave it up as a bad job at that point.
Do you know what? I was, people always laugh about this. So back down where I'm from in Devon, you sort of went into the Cubs and the Scouts. So I was a Cub, but before I was a Cub, I was an anchor boy.
An anchor boy?
An anchor boy, yeah, where it was kind of more sort of like seafaring-y sort of stuff you would learn because we were by the sea. And then
seafaring kind of type.
Yeah, you know. Yeah. And anyway, and then from anchor boy, I then went to the Cubs, and it's the only time I was a little bit naughty. There were various badges that I wanted to get, and obviously I did earn some badges, like my musical badge, and I did my tying me knots badge. But then there was one particular day I went along, and it was before the teacher had come along. And I was sort of going through some drawers, and I found some badges in the drawers, and I took them home. And I got my mum to stitch them on my jumper for me, pretending that I'd actually earned the badges when I hadn't. One of them was a map reading badge, I can remember. I think there were 3. I can't remember what the other 2 were. So there you go, a bit of a confession for you there. I was a bad Boy Scout.
I bet you looked like a Formula 1 race driver with all the sponsorships, did you?
That was it. That's all I ever wanted, all the badges down my arm. And then when I was at school, we used to get like badges for various clubs. I'm sure I've told you before, like we used to get like, you know, if you were in the rugby team, you got a badge. If you were in like the chess club, you got a badge. I became a librarian at school just because you could get a badge to be a librarian. I don't think I ever went in the library.
It's a badge. Ben, have you got a Crafter's Companion badge?
Oh, Crafter's Companion badge.
Yeah.
Wow.
You need a Crafter's Companion badge.
That is, yes, we do need that.
Definitely. We need to have words about that then. Tell the powers that be.
Yeah.
Yeah, because just imagine.
I tell you what, I might speak to the powers that be to make that happen.
I think you should, Ben.
And if it did ever happen somewhere down the line, you could all thank me.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I'll thank you now because I think it will happen. I believe it will. Because, you know, being crafters, I'll probably say, well, craft your own. But you know what? An official badge, well, I think we need it. Let us know if you would like an official badge.
Yes, let us know. We would love to know that. And by the way, just whilst we're here with confessions, Rachel on the social says, at my school, prefects used to get into lunch first, so I once borrowed a prefect's badge.
Oh, that, you see, practical use there. I get that. That's like thinking. That's a badge that opens doors.
or gets you to the front of the queue. Feel free, any crafty confessions, let us know.
That's better than just the kudos of the badge, that one. I like that. So, Ben, we've got that coloured in there. Look, that wasn't difficult, but I think I like it that way up. I think that works better there, don't you think?
Yeah.
And how festive and jolly that is. But I think we need to get into the mix the sparkle sprays.
Yeah, we do.
Shall I tidy up here and then we'll come back and we'll have a bit play with the shimmer sprays?
Let us do that. Let's have a little break and then we're going to get all shimmery on you. Shimmery, shiroo. Thank you for all the comments coming through. Badges are a yes, says Annie Campbell. Badges are a yes. Anyone else want badges? Let me know. Ben, aren't you still an anchor boy, says Jane. Lol. Badges you don't need, no sticking badges. I tell you what, a Crafter's Companion badge would be good though. That would be good. Suzanne Thompson wants one as well. Thank you as well, by the way, Laura, who's been back in touch to say, Laura, who is scared of using her aqua pen, says, thank you so much, Sheena. I will be getting them out, and I will start off with the colour charts. Nice one. Sheena is so relaxing, I could watch her all day. She really makes you believe you can achieve. You can achieve if you believe. That's a song, isn't it? You will if you believe. Sheena, says Cheryl, I have went from never using the aquas to preferring them over the alcohol markers, although I still love all of my pens. And Sil Sparkley says, yes, I want a CC badge. Well, leave it with yours truly. Right, next up, just a few little things to show you, then we're going to get back and get all shimmery with Sheena. 10% off, by the way, individual shimmer sprays on the Shop the Day page. Our water reactives we've got for you. Now, I've put them in here because we've also got on the show your trays. However, we have got, this is the selection of your 8 water reactive florals for £28 or $40. Great price on these. So what are you going to get in your set? You are going to receive the pale fig. You're going to get the spring meadow. We're also going to give you your plum jam. You're going to get oasis, green topaz. Oh, what's that one? Oh, pine tree. I don't see him too often. You've got your Friar Brown, and then your Noir Black. All 8 of those. We've shown you those, A, because it's a great bundle, but B, I believe the stock on those is quite lean. So if you want to grab them, well, here we go. We've got less than 40 of them to go around. It's a great saving, actually. £12.92, £21.92, platinum price, £28 or $40. And like I've just shown you here, if you're needing somewhere to store them very, very handily, ooh, very, very handily indeed, we have got your ink pad storage tray, 6-pack. I wish. You can, look, pop all of those in there, nice and easily indeed. And the great thing about these is you can stack them, like I've stacked them, sort of straight up. You can stack them on like a stadium as well, if you want to kind of go up on a bit of a gradient. And of course, you can also put them side to side. Depending on what your sort of craft space is like, then, you know, these are going to work absolutely brilliantly for you. And of course, the more ink pads you get, the more of these trays that you can get and stack up or stack to the side, however you want to do it. And the clever thing about these two, obviously they're going to fit our amazing ink pads, but they also have that little lip at the back there. I don't know if you can pick that up so well. So if you do have some of those square pads, you know the ones I'm talking about, if we didn't have that there, they would go right to the back and there'd be a bit of a faff to try and get out your tray. We've covered all of the bases here. So whatever your ink pads are, you can pop them in there, get them all stored away, and they're there to hand when you need to be able to use them. I would say to you, if you're going for that ink pad bundle today, you probably want to pop into your basket the ink pad storage trays as well, because it's a smashing deal. You're saving 30% actually, £8.39 or $11.17. We're going to have a short break because unbelievably we are already halfway through the show. Let me remind you, it's double points on everything, so worth checking it out. The showstopper, if you're going for the stamps individually, if you're just picking up a few bits and pieces as far as card and adhesive is concerned, maybe you're just picking up the ink pads. Also get the questions in, because the more times you comment, the more times you ask questions, the closer you will be to winning £250 or dollars to spend with us. More details on that to come after a short little break. We'll come back in a mo. We're going to get all shimmery with Sheena. We'll see you in about 4 minutes.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
We get to know people from places and walks of life that we wouldn't come across in our everyday life if it wasn't for Crafters TV and doing what we do.
I got so many lovely comments from people when I started doing the presenting, and it was just really such a lovely feeling. And it's nice that people keep messaging in. You know, we see the same people. We know you can build up that kind of relationship with those people. So it's just the fact that people like what we do and they're pleased. And I do love it when people send us photographs of the items that they've made.
We talk about customers, but really They go in as a customer, come out as a friend. The support that I get is amazing. The messages I get are amazing.
Me personally, it is personal interaction. I've never had the best of health. I've always been open about that with our viewers at Crafters TV. So many people are in the same situation as me health-wise. Other people have got a completely different health issues. They understand and they relate to what I'm going through, what others are going through. So whether we interact on a crafting basis or whether we interact on a health basis, a personal basis, we're all there to support one another. It is incredible.
The reaction of viewers when they come to meet us is worth all of the early mornings when we have to get up for our early morning shows.
Some of the customers come on as craft ambassadors and things like that, craft along with us, and being able to actually chat with them on air. I love it. I really love that connection with them.
We've had lots of shows where we've done like craft alongs, especially where we've had viewers craft along with us. We had a particular viewer, Joy, who joined us once before, and she literally made me cry on air, and Joe, because the things she said about us, it really was quite humbling that there are people out there that watch us and invite us into their living rooms and really treat us like family.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Are we in trouble? All right.
Yeah.
Should be coming in. Should be coming.
What does she do?
Exactly
what
how
does she do?
he looks.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
And I watch you every day, and it's just what really gets you through when you're really at rock bottom.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for checking out your baskets. Thank you for all the lovely comments coming through as well. Well, Sheena started something here with the badge talk. I tell you what, yes, I want a badge. I want a badge. I want a badge. Kathy Lee says, yes, badges would be awesome. I want a badge as well. I was a Boy Scout leader, Ben. We would take our scouts to, I'm going to pronounce this wrong. Is it Cache Lake? Boy Scout camp in Canada every couple of years. Fantastic adventure for scouts in Illinois. Sounds amazing, that does. I did enjoy my time, actually, both in the Cubs and the Anchor Boys. So remember the Anchor Boys, the sweater was really, jumper sweater, really itchy. It was made from really itchy material. And when it was warm, you got warm. Daniel Holland says, I've just bought 3 sets of the ink pad storage trays. What a bargain. I know, right? Absolute steal on the ink pad storage trays. Check those out on the Shop the Day page. And Lindsay says, what's this competition about? I'm watching the shows, but I keep missing the part about the competitions. So all you got to do, Lindsay, is comment. Oh, you have. You're in the draw. In the draw for this show, where we will select someone at random. And then if you're selected, you'll go into the final draw on Sunday for your chance to win £250 or $250 to spend with us at Crafters Companion. So just by asking the question, you are already in the draw for today's show. Nice one. And Cindy says, Ben, with the glitter paste, we're going to look at those, fit in the stand. They won't fit in the stands if you stack them. The gap's not big enough. However, I mean, it's up to you. They will fit in the... If you lay them side by side, they'll fit, but then you won't be able to stack them up because they're too big. But however you want to do it, really. We're going to look at those glitter pastes, actually, because they are proving a very, very hot ticket today, as they were yesterday when we launched them. We'll quickly show you these because we've we want to get back to Sheena, and we're getting all shimmery with her, but these glitter pastes have proved so popular. We launched these yesterday as part of our big launch. It was the 5th launch, I think, actually. And you're going to get all of these different colours. So 6 colours in total. You're going to get the beautiful fairy lights, which is that gold. You're going to get the poinsettia red, and then also that snow angel, which is that sort of iridescent, beautiful colours. These, I'll just dip into one because I spent ages on these earlier on. You can go back and watch all of the shows from yesterday with Leanne, showing you so many different ways to be able to use these. They are gorgeous. And if you've used glitter paste before and got frustrated with them, with their application, with the fact that, you know, the glitter tends to kind of crumble off, that, you know, if you've popped it onto a bit of card and then you can't really die cut it, you can do all of those things with this glitter paste and more, because the consistency of it is just fantastic. It lays down beautifully. You get all of that sparkle, but you get none of the kind of shed which you might have experienced with other glitter pastes. So that is that beautiful fairy lights. That's the third. Like Leanne told you yesterday, try and keep the tops on these and keep them sealed tight to keep those fresh and ready to use each and every time that you get them out. You're also going to get the ice dance, which is the beautiful blue, and again you can see just how sparkly and shiny that is. The consistency again is beautiful. Getting it all over my fingers, but that's fine. Make my car look even more sparkly than it was before. Told you I've got loads of gilding flakes on me from that craft along I did with Corin a while back, and now I have the sparkliest steering wheel in the northeast. There's your beautiful silver, and as you can see, as I said to you earlier on, it's more of like a platinum silver. All the colours that you're getting here are different to the colours that you received if you bought the original collection of glitter paste that we launched back in February. And then you've also got your holly and ivy, that one in the green. So all 6 of those are in that smaller bundle, £36 or $44.80. Earlier on, I did say the Showstopper was out of stock, but some of you were telling me that you can still buy the Showstopper. The advantage of getting the Showstopper is that you get everything that I'm showing you here in one easy click, so you don't have to put everything individually into your basket. However, those are the glitter pastes. If you want to go for the stencils, these are available as a different bundle, so $24.80 or $30.40 for all of these. And with each set, you get 3 stencils. You get your big 8.5 by 8.5 stencil, plus you get your little border stencil, and then you get your icon in there as well. So that's your snowflake set. Graceful snowflakes. You've got the Feeling Festive, which is my favourite, I think, of the lot, because you've got that beautiful snow flurry. You've got Father Christmas and the reindeer, and then the beautiful Christmas bell. This one is your Holly Jolly Christmas. This brings you that beautiful holly background, the holly border, and then the jingly bells. And then last but by no means least is the Christmas poinsettia. And again, with that, you get your beautiful poinsettia background and the 2 bows. You've got your kind of border bow there, and then your icon bow as well. $24.80 or $30.40. And then last but by no means least from yesterday's launch were these glitter glues. You get 15 of these. And yes, these have obviously been launched in our Christmas event. Yes, these have been launched with Christmas in mind, but actually you'll see across all of the colours that you're going to be getting here, you can add these to any project really, where you just want to add a little bit of sparkle, a beautiful embellishment. You know, if you want to get messy and get involved with your mixed media, these are the kind of things that you want to be grabbing. They come in these little mini bottles with like, you always got like a precision nozzle on these too, so if you want to just dab and add little bits and pieces, or if you do, in fact, as Leanne was showing you yesterday, want to even sort of write little messages with these as well, you can. It's nice and easy to be able to do it. But all 15 of those for $27.20 or $30.80. And like I said, get those individually, or it certainly was earlier, the Showstopper deal where you can get all of those in one click was still available, but check the web on that. Marsha says, my cockapoo, looked just like Willow. Her name was Soda, and we were blessed to be able to spend 17 years with her. Thank you if you have sent the cockapoo pictures through, by the way. I can't confirm whether we're going to show those or not. It's quite busy in the gallery today. I would say probably not in this show, but maybe later. Marcia says, that berry picture is absolutely beautiful. I just received mine, and I'm anxious to paint it. Yes, great shout, Annie. Says with the trays, you could stack them and put the glitter paste on the top level and stamp pads below. Good job, you're here. Yes, you could absolutely do that. Let's get back to Sheena. We'll pop the details up for the Power of Nature watercolour stamp Showstopper. 4 stamps backed by popular demand with your aqua pens and your watercolour card in there too. Basically works out, if you go for the showstopper, that you're getting £37, $54 worth of products, i.e. this, for an extra 10. So it's really worth going for it because, like we said, these are consumables. As much as you think pens, consumables, of course, because you'll run out eventually. So why not take advantage, spend that extra 10 and get £37, $54 worth of product for just a tenner. Let us get back to Sheena, who has been waiting patiently, getting ready to get all shimmery, Sheena, haven't you?
I have, yeah, I am. I'm blink-tastic, Ben.
Yes.
Or I will be very soon. Thanks to the power of the shimmer sprays.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is I've got a couple of things to show you. Let me show you what they look like. Again, a colour chart. I can't leave it alone, can I? I make a colour chart for everything, even a spray, because these are so good that I'm not going to use them just to spray backgrounds, as this suggestion is there. They work great for that, yeah, spraying, making a quick background. They look phenomenal. We did that earlier and it looks stunning. But I want to also paint with them. So what I did was I made myself a little squares. Well, not squares, they're a little bit like squarish. And I literally painted with a flat brush, one of the brushes that's in the set, the small flat brush, all of the colours onto my white card. So I can see the colour of the solution, which is the first thing you kind of see in the green and the purple, but also the colour of the glitter element, that bling element that's in there.
Yeah.
So that I can see exactly what I'm working with. And I did the same on black card, because this is the difference with some other sprays you may have used and I've used in the past. Often you'll see the colour of them on a white card, but when you put them on black card, it's like, oh, that was a bit of a disappointment, because they all just look either gold or all just silver. But you can clearly see how these show up on black too. So that was the first thing, Ben.
Yep.
And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to paint with them. So what I did there was I took one of these little palettes here, this cute little, I love this. This is such a good thing. If you haven't got one of these, pop it in your basket.
Yeah.
Because it's so usable, just for little washes and things like that, and for mixing things like I'm just about to do. I will say that I would, on reflection, rather than pour quite a bit out like that, which was the tiniest drop, but it looks a lot, just spritz one spray if you're going to colour in with them, because that's more than enough. Because the other thing to report back on, will they re-wet? No, they won't. Look, that's not going anywhere. I can't re-wet that. I can't reactivate that. So it's not good that you can't reactivate it, but it's good that once it's on there, it's on there.
Yeah.
So when you spray these, they're not going to, a little bit of water isn't going to leave a puddle on there and lift them off the surface. They really have got, they're a more robust suspension that will make them stick. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great, so that's a good thing. So back to the little topper I've just created. I'm going to colour in using just the smallest amount of this green, but I'm going to water it down a bit before it dries. Absolutely add a bit of water to it, because I don't want to completely obliterate the colour and the shading I've got underneath. I just want to add some bling and a little bit of that colour that's in that green spray over the foliage on this card. And again, like earlier, I'm not painting every separate leaf. Now, I know this has taken a while for one card, but the point being, it's a way to show you the techniques and things you can do with them. It's more a vehicle to share the techniques than anything else.
Yeah.
But it's nice, Ben, when we can do something in real time, so you can, instead of just talking about it, you can see how it all works in conjunction.
What's that colour you're using again, Sheena, did you say?
This one is the Summer Meadow.
Summer Meadow.
I've changed the season. Yeah, Summer Meadow. Spring Meadow, completely different.
We're playing a fun game back here where producer Dean, who's one of our newbies, is trying to guess the colours, and he got that one right, so that's 1 out of 1 for him so far.
Yay, well done. I think the fact that it's the only green, I have to say, that may take away a little bit from him, but never mind. Still, good move. Yeah, I'm with you.
Just don't tell us what colour you're using next, and we'll test him again, see if he gets it right.
Right, well, the next colour, I've got an option here, but I think we will go with Let me have a look at the colour chart, Ben. Bear with. Where'd I put it? Right in front of me. You see now, over the berries, right, we could go with, I want a warm colour. So I could go with Sunset Bronze, right, which would work. I could go with Firelight Sparkle, or I could go with Seashell Pink. But because I've got let's go with Sunset Bronze. Let's do Sunset Bronze. Let's do that one. That's the one, Sunset Bronze.
Okay.
Made the decision. Sunset Bronze. They're ready and polished.
Sunset Bronze, Dean. Sunset Bronze.
Sunset Bronze. That is the. I'm sticking with that one now. Yeah. There's too much to choose from. They're too gorgeous. The colours are so
they're
lovely.
amazing.
So pretty. And we're going to do a cool couple of backgrounds next. We're going to use some tin foil, and we're going to use some bubble wrap, Ben.
Okay.
Yeah. Why not? Because you can.
Absolutely.
Might as well. Yeah, it looks really good. I mean, the thing is, you know, when you've, like I keep saying, when you've invested in a good quality craft product that's going to last and last, you want to know as many things as you can do with it so that you can still be interested in using it. Does that, because you don't want to like say, oh, well, that's it, that's what it does.
Yeah.
Done now.
Completed it, mate.
Moving on. Yeah, you want to say, right, oh, wow, I didn't know I could do that, I didn't know I could do that. Right, look at the green on this now when I move that. Hopefully you'll...
Oh,
look at that
wow,
bling.
yes, now we're seeing it, Sheena. That's incredible.
We need to bling those berries up though, Ben. So same deal, right? So using a little bit of this sunset, any of those warm colours, to be honest, would work on this fine. And then we're just going to go over the berries with that bit of bling. Be aware that wherever you put that bling, you will, even if you don't see it in one light, when you move the card, you'll definitely see it when the light hits across it. So if you don't want it to shine, don't put it there. You know, it's nice if you have some matte areas on your card too. You can do all of the berries as I'm doing, or you can just do a little highlight on the berries. Your call. But I think it just looks really, you know, at Christmas, you if you can't use glitter at Christmas, when can you use glitter, I ask you?
Isn't it against the law not to use glitter at Christmas? That's what I thought.
I think it possibly will be. There was one time I made a card for my mum, who isn't with us now, sadly, but she didn't get glitter on her Christmas card, and oh, good grief, I was still hearing about it in August. Seriously.
End of the world, was it?
Happy. Yeah. She didn't get glitter on her card, Ben.
Wow.
So after that, I made sure I put plenty of glitter on. Couldn't say what it was, just plenty of glitter.
Are you even
bling.
doing Christmas properly if there's no glitter? Seriously, shame on you.
You know, I was wrong, and I admit it. So these little streamers here. Now, the only colour that isn't available is the Celestial map there.
Yeah.
That's the only one that's sold out. However, that's got a gold bling in it. So here's me big tip of the day. Gold dust. Gold dust, if you're going to buy one of these sprays, that is your workhorse one. That's the one to get, because that gold dust one is going to go on top of anything that you want to just bling. It's got no base colour to it. If you look, it's got no colour in the solution. All you're doing is painting with gold glitter that is going to stick to wherever you put it. So with this one, I'm just going to pop a little spray. That's it. I'm not putting any more than that out because I'm not wasting it. Thank you very much. Look at that. It's a micro dot.
Yeah.
Because all I want to do with that, Ben, is I'm going to go across those streamers with a little bit. And, you know, I don't even have to do all the streamer. I can just do part of it so that the light just catches. Oh, I've got a little bit of green on there where I didn't want it, but never mind. If you're quick enough, you do get a water-based product where you didn't want it, you can usually just add a lot of water and get a clean bit of kitchen paper ready and get ready to dab it, to blot it off. But you need to put a lot of water on it quickly and mop it up very, very quickly. And that usually fixes it for you. So there, we now have, from a pretty coloured one to a full-on bling-tastic version where everything is shimmering and blinging, but it'll look better when we even dry that.
Yeah.
But we'll come back to that. I'll put that to one side. We'll dry it in a minute, and we'll do a couple of backgrounds. How about that?
Absolutely. Sounds amazing. It's been such a lovely show so far. Absolutely stunning, Sheena, says Jane Quigley. Those berries look edible. And I've not even tried the shimmer sprays yet, says Amelie Batiste. I love how Sheena is layering them on to add so much sparkle. Wendy Graham saying, love those shimmer sprays. And a couple of questions. What are the different colours of shimmer spray? And is there a set with the different colours? Just was going to buy after the show as love just watching how to use the item. So Susan, you can buy the individuals today. I'm not sure that there is a specific bundle because the Celestial map, we'll have a look with Sheena here actually. The Celestial map sold out, but if we look with Sheena here, the Celestial map's gone, but we've got all the other colours available individually, Sheena, haven't we?
Yeah, we have, because we've got everything there. That's the only one, the blue, which turns to like a turquoisey kind of blue on the black card. So minus that one, if I was you, and because of how popular they are, and once you start using them, how quickly they're going to go, I would get the ones you can while you can. Because if that's the only one you're waiting for at the minute, that's okay right now. But definitely, these are so lovely. And when you paint them with them, you're going to get even more use out of them. But that's what they look like there. So the iced silver is kind of like it's more of a pearl than a full-on bling. It's more of a shimmer than that one. And all the others are like a glitter. They really are like a foil glitter effect. So golden sunflower is this bright yellow one here. You've got gold dust, which is the one I was talking about, which is just like the bling in a clear suspension. So if you imagine a sparkle overlay, but gold instead of silver, that's kind of what that is, and that's what it'll do for you. So that's where I would definitely always have that in my craft stash, because that's your workhorse. That's going to put bling on any colour you've got. Sunset bronze, which is beautiful. Golden heather, which is a pink but with the gold, that gives it that really lovely, interesting kind of, it's like two-tone look. Royal velvet, which is a purpley colour with a gold in it, again, really lovely. Firelight sparkle, warm coral, strong coral colour. Seashell pink, which is a more of a paler pink, but with the gold looking amazing. Summer meadow, again, that fresh, vibrant green with the gold. And then we'll not talk about Celestial map, but if you do want it when it comes back in, it's a really pretty blue with the gold in it as well. But that's the only one that, if you are looking to play today, is the one that would that you can't get right now until it's back in stock. But that's the clue, back in stock. I wouldn't hang around, personally.
They are flying. The sunset bronze we haven't got a lot left of, and I know all the other colours are disappearing quickly as well. 10% off the individuals. Just a quick question as well from Heidi Sheena, who says, well, a couple of questions. Says, can you put the aqua pens down on a palette, let them dry, and then come back to them? And she also asks, what's the difference between the watercolour papers? Because obviously we have the watercolour pad here, but then we have the watercolour cardstock individually. So is there a big difference between the two? I know that's two questions in one, but...
Yeah, so the first question about using the aqua pens on a palette, absolutely, that's exactly what I would do. Yeah. So if I was not, if I wasn't doing the TV show right now, I would probably have a tile or a plate on my mat, because rather than use my glass mat, because I can colour in, even this, I bet you could do it with this. Colour your colour in these little bits here, use the wash and then let that dry. If I leave it on my mat, I'm going to want to clean the mat because I'm going to want to do more stuff crafting on my mat, is what I'm saying. So makes sense to put it on something that you can put away, bring out again. But absolutely, the aquas will re-wet. The sparkles, the shimmer sprays don't re-wet. Those are like it must be like an acrylic suspension that they're in, which will be far more robust. It won't, if water hits it, it doesn't lift up easily. So, which is a good thing if you want it on a different surfaces that maybe might get some moisture or whatever on them. So yes. And the difference in the watercolour paper is, well, they're both 300 GSM. It's in the composition. Yeah. With a watercolour paper, it's not just what you see. It's not just the way it looks or it feels. It's all to do with the composition of the paper. As used two main ingredients, two camps. There's either your cellulose, which is your wood pulp camp, which most card is made of, that you work with, is wood pulp. And then there's your cotton or rag camp. And that's where the really expensive artist quality, like silly money, kind of top-notch watercolour card comes in, which is all, say, cotton watercolour card. And then you get a mix where it's got a cotton content, so it'll be cellulose with cotton content, and that brings it down and makes it more affordable. So that's what makes the difference with a watercolour card to just a regular card. And the other thing that's in it, which I didn't realise at the start, is this sizing. They've got this size in them, which is like a imagine it like a gluey type thing that holds. That's also in there, that reacts a certain way to the watercolours. It's very technical. It's very, like, it hurts my brain when you think of it too much. It's a very technical thing, and just trust me, that card is one of the toughest things to buy and keep consistently good, because back in the past I've bought random card and it's been great, and I've gone back thinking I'm back the same stuff. It's been completely different, because like paper mills will have the same specification, but they'll get it from different places, Ben, and this one was great, that one's terrible. So that's as much as I can say. If you want to eliminate the variables, get good quality watercolour paper. Hope that's not too much, but just enough.
No, that was brilliant. Explained brilliantly. And again, just to back that up, Wanda says, I just can't get over how Sheena explains and demonstrates the technique so that we can actually accomplish this ourselves. Sheena and the Academy of Colour have gotten me to shop for intricate stamps to colour and also use my stash. Most of them never opened because I knew I wasn't able to make them look good, but now you can. Do you know what? There's a few more questions coming in. One more, and we will get back. Connie says, are the glitter sprays opaque, or can you still see the base colour?
You can still see the base colour, but it tints the base colour. I'll do a little bit more of that. I'll tell you what, we've got another top I will colour in a minute. We'll do a background, and then this is actually coloured in on Nina card, and using the pens. I did this on a previous show. Is it pen or pencil? It could be a combination of both.
Yeah.
But you can see this little bud here. I've tried a little bit on there. So it still looks purple, but it's got a warm kind of duotone to it. And that's, I think that was it could have been this one in my hand, actually. I think it was the Golden Heather.
Okay.
Or the Seashell Pink I used. But yes, they're not opaque. But they do have a tint. It's kind of like putting a filter on. You know, those sweets that you used to get at Christmas that had all the coloured sweet wrappers you would get.
Yes, yes.
The big tin. It's like looking through that a little bit. If that helps.
Excellent. No, that works. That's put it in my mind very nicely. I know you've got some demos lined up. We're going to look at the bubble wrap, aren't we? Are we going to take a short? We are going to take a short break first before we do that, Sheena, and then we'll come back and we'll do that with you right away, because I know that the shimmer sprays are proving very popular, as is everything on the show, including the brand new showstopper with all of those Power of Nature watercolour stamps, backed by popular demand with the aqua pens, and of course that amazing watercolour card as well. So if you've got any items in your basket, get them checked out. We'll come back and we'll play with some bubble wrap in a minute.
I have to tell you, every single person works tirelessly behind the scenes, and I can't just give a shout out to one person, because for me it has to be John, Tracy and Jake.
Going to give a shout out to our backstage hero, and I'm actually going to say heroes. It has got to be our product coordination team. It's got to be.
Because without those three people, when we're on air, we wouldn't be able to function like we do. They make sure we have everything we need, right from the samples to the product to having a drink of water throughout the show. They really look after us.
You see us day in, day out, 7 days a week, live on TV. We're crafting away. We're hopefully inspiring you. Every single card, every single product, every single tool that we touch has come from product coordination. Those guys are the unsung hero. They're there making sure we have the products, we have the inks, we have the tools, we have everything that we need. We have the power to actually work our Gemini ranges. The smooth running of behind the scenes of Crafters TV is all down to our product coordination team.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comfort of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze. Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get social with us. Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, on your TV or tablet, you can get so close to the action, it's like you're in the studio with us. You can ask questions about products or crafty techniques. Get hints and tips from our expert demonstrators. Plus, share pictures of your crafty makes with our amazing community. Crafters TV, getting you closer to the crafty action.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Are we in trouble or are we all right?
Yeah.
Should be coming in. Should be coming.
What does she do?
Exactly
what
how
does she do?
he looks.
This is awesome! This is awesome!
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
And I watch you every day, and it's just what really gets you through when you're really at rock bottom.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
Welcome back, everybody, into the final half hour of the show. I don't know where the time has gone, but thank you so much for checking out your baskets. We're going to go straight back to Sheena in her studio and see some final few techniques. So glitter pens, did you say, and also bubble wrap and toppers and all sorts to come.
Bubble wrap and tin foil then. So observe, we've got some bubble wrap here, and so it doesn't matter what it looks like, you know, you can use it time and time again. And I'm going to use this colour, it's going to be golden heather. I love this, it's gorgeous. And I'm spraying quite liberally a big bit of bubble wrap like that, and then I'm going to take my black card and I'm going to pop it on the bubble wrap, and I'm just going to press down, not too much, because if you just burst all the bubbles then you'll get no pattern. And then we shall lift up and see what we've got. Ba, 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 look at that. Polka dots. Oh, it's great effect, isn't it? And that's so easy, so doable and achievable. I just think it looks really cool, like kind of like distressed, like little dots on it on the card. The next one, so these are super quick techniques, these two, is we'll take another bit of black card.
Yep.
We'll pop that in. Once this is dry, you'll be able to see it better, but yeah, I'm really
great.
liking that.
I am.
It's cool. Yeah, so we'll pop that to one side and we'll layer it up shortly. And the next one is using tin foil, so kitchen foil, your cooking foil. And I'm going to just tear some off. That's quite pathetic when you're that weak that you couldn't tear a piece of kitchen foil effectively, isn't it? It's kind of sad.
And I'm going to say the foil's too loud, Sheena.
Sorry?
I said I couldn't hear you. The foil was really loud. It was quite funny.
Oh, no, it was like, yeah, all I could hear was this, like. So what I'm doing now is I'm now popping the foil on the card like this.
Okay.
So just have a play. And it's going to create random marks that are really all random. And it's like kind of little, well, it's another texture. And the difference, the reason we're using the foil as well is that it's not absorbent. So when you put your sprays on there, it's not like it's absorbing into a piece of tissue or anything, or paper or kitchen paper. It's literally sitting on the top. And what looks better is when you start then put the other colour in there.
Oh, nice.
So I'm going to use some Summer Meadow. I'm actually not cleaning my foil there. I'm just going to go straight over and pop some of that colour on. And this is so festive, these colours together on the background. And then you've got another cool background on that.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that effect.
Yeah, how easy is that? Two simple, easy as anything backgrounds. But let me show you the cards when you see them put together.
Yeah.
I'm covered in stuff here, but look, if I show you this is fabulous that Debbie created. So that's the tin foil in the background, Ben, when you see it come together in a card. See?
Oh, I see. So the main background is the tin foil effect.
Yeah, that's the tin foil effect.
That's
just
incredible.
there. So get all those colours there. You can see it brilliantly there. And then this one is she's used the bubble wrap effect as a layer. And so something that's achievable, effective, looks super cool, but it's so doable and achievable. I think that's just a quick as well. Really good techniques.
That's
so
so
all I have to do now, Ben, is wipe this up and then we'll come back and we'll do a bit more colouring of the different technique.
Yeah, how good is that? I'm now going to call you the crafty MacGyver, because that's unbelievable that you're just taking all these little bits and pieces, bubble wrap, aluminum foil, as you guys call it in the US, and then creating these backgrounds. I initially thought that last card that you saw there, we saw the start of the show, I thought that was an embossing folder that had achieved that effect. Such a cool way to do things. Terry H loving the bubble wrap demo, and Suzanne Ware just saying, I love that we can save the shows to go back and rewatch as much as we want. Best part, it's free. Where else can you do that? Only on Crafters TV, you say. Wow, says Susan Thompson. All the fun I'm going to have with this product. I cannot wait. Gives you a reason to save the foil from your sandwiches, doesn't it? Eh? Keep that foil and create that amazing effect. Never seen anything quite like that before. That's what you come to expect on a Sheena Wednesday. All of this inspiration, all of these cool ideas, and all of these things that are really, really simple to achieve with bits and pieces that you'll find around your home. Really going to break into the Wombles then for a second, finding bits and pieces that other people throw away, and you can use them in your craft. You're a crafty Womble, Sheena, and I mean that in the nicest sense.
Hey, you know what? I'd find them underground, overground, and I'll be wombling free.
Oh, brilliant stuff. Don't forget, everything's still available. Those shimmer sprays still available for you. Everything except the Celestial Map. You can get those with a 10% discount today individually. And we've left the details on the screen, of course, for your Power of Nature pick of the day as well. Let's get back on to Sheena. I can't believe we've only got 20 minutes left, Sheena. So what are we going to squeeze in?
Where does it go, Ben? You know,
flies, doesn't it?
Like literally, we could do a whole residential, a whole week with even this set and these products. I think there's just so much you can do with them.
Yeah.
But that's the beauty of what I've always loved to share with you. I love value for money is a product that is good. It does something simple that if you don't have to work at it to make it look good, but it will do so much more if you start playing with it and having a experiment and try different things with it. And that's what these do. So look at how well that's stamped, just with a rocker block. And I've used the flagstone again, the the waterproof dye-based ink. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to use a monochrome colouring effect for this background, and I'm going to do that via the wonders of the water reactive dye. Now, actually, you know, we could just use the black and the charcoal. Let's do that, because we're focusing. Right, no, I'm going to use that. I'll tell you why. Because too much choice, right? We could use, and I'm going to give you the choice. You could use the black or the charcoal.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely the black from your essential set of pens. But I know we've got a fabulous bundle of the water reactive ink pads in there, and I do know the black is in there. And that's such a good deal that I'm thinking we might as well show you how it would work with your black ink pad, because we'll use that for the background too. So I've used the waterproof ink for the line, but now what I'm doing is I'm just going to use this black in different kind of basically more dilute and less dilute fashion to shade this leaf. So that's all I'm going to put on there. And the thing is with this technique, Ben, use a proper brush. Don't try do this with a water brush, because it'll run away from you. Water brushes are just too wet. You need hardly any moisture on your brush to encourage paint to move. So definitely don't go with a water brush.
Okay.
So I'm going to do it. So this leaf's kind of curled over there like that. So this is dark here. So I'm just simplifying. Look at my stamp and see where the light and the dark areas are, and then just follow that. So I put some water. I've put the colour in the centre there, but now it's just water, and I'm blending that out and pulling that out. In these flowers, I'm going to not overcomplicate them. I'm going to do some darker bits in the middle, like this, just here and there, around these little square bits, like that. This is a good, quick, effective. So you see, I'm not painting all those little squarey bits in the centre of each of those little flowers, because again, life's too short. You just kind of create a pattern, a texture, and randomly hit some of them and miss others.
Yeah.
And that will be enough to give you the effect of those little textures in the flowers. It's like, you know, when I'm drawing trees, you don't draw leaves on trees when you're drawing a full tree. You create a pattern, a texture with your pen, and that's what gives it the illusion of leaves on the tree. Yeah. So that's kind of what we're doing with these flowers, because when it's a more complex image, you can get caught up by stuck in that, you know, that Groundhog Day loop of trying to colour it in perfectly in minute detail, and you don't need to. You just need to have these little tricks up your sleeve, and it looks actually better than if you had laboured over it too much. It just works better that way. See how now we've got that texture in the flowers?
Yeah.
We don't need to do much more than that. So keep some white on there, because that I would say is the main thing to watch for when you're doing this technique, is don't blend everything. Don't colour all of the paper. Leave some white card showing, because that's where you're going to get the contrast and some kind of definition going on there. So we'll put some darker around here. So it's really easy. All you're doing is adding less water where you want it dark, and putting more water where you want it light. That's it.
Do you know what? Whilst we're watching you just colour as well, a lot of people are now saying they're going to be doing the techniques with the bubble wrap and the aluminum foil. Sylv says, I predict a big mess in my life following Sheena. I'll be making good use of the things that I find.
Absolutely. Oh, somebody there. They're on our wavelength, Ben.
Things that the everyday folks leave behind. And Jane El Safdie says, I was making a background yesterday using sparkle ink and the flicking technique, and now my computer keyboard is splattered and sparkly.
Lovely. Oh, how blingy. Yeah, you know what, I was looking at those glitter glues you've got there.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
that is on my radar. You see, I'm behind the times. Yeah, I didn't know that these existed until I've just seen those today, Ben.
Oh.
They are definitely on my wish list, because me and glitter, oh no, Willow would not thank you. She'll be glittering for, like, well, again, till August. So that will definitely be on my list of things to purchase. So I think I've got everything coloured there that I want to colour with this monochrome bit. That'll do that fine there. But what I'm going to do now, I need to wipe this up. We're going to do a bit of stenciling in the background.
Okay.
And then we're going to come on to colouring that butterfly and blinging the butterfly. So all that ink I'm going to wipe up now, which is where if you had a plate or a tile, you can re-wet your ink as well. So even if that had dried, we can just reactivate it. So my stencils, I'm going to come back to this one here, this Moroccan from the Decorative Trio set here, which I love these stencils. They are so usable. You know, there's things that are nice to use now and again, and then there's things that come out and you discover that are worker things that you'll use time and time again. And that's what these are. I absolutely think these stencils are fabulous. So I'm going to use that same black suit, but I don't want to use it, not black suit, jet black. I don't want to use it really too intensely everywhere. I want to just, again, have it so that there's pattern, darker in places and lighter in places. So trying to vary the amount of ink I'm placing down. So basically just not re-inking every time I do something. Yeah, that'll do work nicely. So it's giving it a pretty background pattern, but it's not fighting with the main star of the show, which is the butterfly, because background should be a background. I always think of it, Ben, as like your local village play when you've got your cast and you've got your star of the show there, and got your supporting cast,
the chorus,
and then you've got your set dressing. So you can't. Nobody can has to outshine the A-list celeb there. You know, the star of the show. So everything else is there to make that look good in a way. So we've got that going on there. And then just be careful when you're doing this with your stencil that you're best off pouncing than dragging if you can with a stencil, especially an intricate stencil. So we'll just pounce a little bit more there. And then I'm happy with that. So we've got a nice pattern going on in the background. We've got that going on there. But this guy here needs to shine, big style. So I'm going to use some, let's use the floral set again. And I'm going to pick some colours. And we're going to go for warm, fiery kind of colours. Let's use sunflower and let's use scarlet. Because what we should get, hopefully, is a blend of an orange between those two colours. So if I take the scarlet and I pop it on my mat like this, just as usual, I'm scribbling here on my craft mat, and then I'm going to take the scarlet and do the same. And then it sounded like those misses, the ones you were doing then from Bagpuss. There was the same kind of effect. I don't know if you picked up the noise there, Ben.
I could just about hear that. Was that last week we were doing that?
Yeah, we were doing it last week, weren't we?
Oh dear, time flies.
Yeah.
We will fix it. We will fix it.
Perfect. Oh, I tell you what, if you ever lose the guy that does you're the person, step in there, no bother.
What's that for the mice on Bagpuss?
You are like the standing Bagpuss, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I think you and I, between us, should set up our own little impersonations company, you know.
I reckon we could, it's like, hey, what are you missing? We can fill that gap, yeah, we're good, we've got it, yeah.
Yeah, maybe bespoke answer phone messages.
Yeah, really.
Although I'm not sure how many people would want the mice from Bagpuss.
Yes, absolutely. Have you ever been tempted to have a celeb on your sat-nav?
Do you know what? I did it once, and nobody will be surprised to learn that. So I use Waze. Other maps are available, and for a limited time, they had Arnold Schwarzenegger.
You're joking! How brilliant!
Yeah, so I had it switched on for everything, and if there was like a pothole or something, instead of them going pothole ahead, he would be going, hazard in the road, get down.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Did it say you've reached your destination? Hasta la vista, baby.
Yes. You have reached your destination. Hasta la vista, baby. And he'd say stuff like,
I'm absolutely all over that. Perfect.
Speed camera ahead, chill out.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, but then he just disappeared. I think it was like a limited time thing, so I'm now back to the the standard boring, standard boring voice.
I wanted, I know you could get Joanna Lumley on them for a while.
Could you?
And Brian Blessed, that would be Brian Blessed. He was like full-on drama for everything.
Brian Blessed doing your...
doing the sand. Can you imagine?
That is brilliant.
I was the King in Blackadder for that. Yeah.
Just remember him from Flash Gordon.
News. Bring me some better news. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh dear.
Fantastic.
Just a question. Sorry, I missed this earlier. We've had lots of questions about glycerin today. Question for Sheena, says Karen. Can you combine glycerin with shimmer spray?
Glycerin with shimmer sprays? No, I wouldn't think there's any. No, because tell you for blending. No, what would happen is you would grab the glitter in your blending tool, and it wouldn't blend, and it would be scratchy. Yeah, no, that would be no plus to that one.
Okay.
No, wouldn't do that one.
And Lillian says, oh, here we go, I might have a customer. Bagpuss is one of my faves. I love the episode when the mice make biscuits out of butter beans and go, heave. Yes, I remember that. They go, heave, heave. It was a classic. I know there's
butter beans?
Yeah. I do vaguely remember that. I know people in the gallery, Dean's laughing at me because I think the guys in the gallery are a little bit too young to remember Bagpuss, but we were brought up on the good stuff, weren't we, Sheena, eh?
Oh, absolutely. What, you don't know what you've missed. You haven't lived.
Yeah.
I tell you what, they were ahead of their time, weren't they? They could open a vegan restaurant like that.
What, the mice?
Nice. Yeah. Was butterbean biscuits.
Butterbean biscuits. And there was Professor Yaffle, of course, wasn't there? The wooden woodpecker.
And the Ragdoll Madeline. Yeah.
Oh, Ragdoll Madeline, yeah.
Yeah.
What was Professor Yaffle was sort of what was he? Was he like that?
Yeah, kind of like just noises, like disagreeable kind of posh noises he made, didn't he?
Yeah. And then there was obviously Bagpuss, who was just always yawning.
Yeah, Bagpuss, bless him. Wasn't exactly dynamic, was he? He wasn't the thrill seeker, was Bagpuss. Yeah. Kind of relate to Bagpuss most days, to be honest, Ben. So what I'm doing here, I'm just speed painting because I know that I don't know where the time's gone, but I'm just creating as much of an interesting kind of blend here with these colours as I can on the wings. And it looks a little bit strange at the minute because I haven't filled in the black bits on the wings, because we're gonna fill in these bits with in fact, let me see, I need to put a little wash over here, more yellow, because what we're going to do is we're going to, those outline I was talking about, that I like, just get them. They're just great to have in your kit for many occasions. This is one of those occasions when outliners are good to have in your crafting kit, because I'm going to use the ink in the brush pen to colour the black areas I want on this butterfly, because I want it to really pop. I want it to really be impactful with this black. And if I use the black in the aquas, when I put the shimmer sprays on, it could disrupt the colour underneath in the black, and it'll be this black smudgy mess, so it wouldn't look fantastic. So that's why I am I'm going to dry this very soon. I'm going to colour a little bit of the body of this guy here. I'm just picking up random colours just because I'm bothered about the time, but basically a brown. If you haven't got a brown, you can do exactly what I did earlier with the two colours, the green and the red, and you'll get a brownish colour, and that'll work very nicely, thank you. But that'll work like that there. So we've got the butterfly body. I'm going to dry this, Ben, then we're going to go over with the black liner, and then we will we'll add the bling to it. So if there's anything you can talk about while I clean this,
always,
that would be wonderful.
I will, yes, loads of comments coming through. I tell you what we can actually do just before, because we're going to go right to the wire here. I can tell you who the winner of the show is, who has been drawn at random for their comment to go into the draw on Sunday to stand a chance of winning £250 or $250. And that, by the way, is all you have to do. You just leave a comment in a show, whether it's a hello, whether it's a question, whether it's a bit of hashtag bants, whether it's a bit of I'm a big Bagpuss fan, whatever it might be. Leave a comment and you could be into the draw from this show. Congratulations, Brenda Monroe on YouTube. You are into the draw on Sunday. In you go. Congratulations, Brenda. Make sure you're watching on Sunday. Somebody will be drawn out of that hat. Well, it's not a hat at all, is it? Out of the box, and you will be winning £250 or dollars to spend with us at Crafters Companion. Incredible. Right, about 6 minutes left, Sheena.
I'm going to have to speed craft, Ben, but I'll do what I can. But if we don't get it finished, we could continue it in Beautiful Beginnings, couldn't we?
Absolutely, yes.
I'll pick it up then. But what I'm doing is I am using the fine liner, the brush pen from the art liners, yeah? And I'm drawing in the lines that are on this butterfly because, like I said, if you just used your black pen, it would likely smudge when we come to put the bling on. And it looks a bit strange at the minute, but when we put that bling over the top of it, it should come together quite nicely then. So I'm going to just pop a little bit of a thicker. This is so cool, this brush liner. So basically, if you just press down on it, you're going to get a thicker mark. So you can see how quick that was to do that bit there. And I can kind of do the same on the end of these wings here. This bit here. Even if you know what, we'll do one wing, Ben, and then we'll come back and do the other wing, just in case we don't get it finished. We can at least see the process on getting one wing done. And then I'll just wing it from there. Right, so we've got that there. I was going to do some black dots on there as well. I think we'll make these black. So I've drawn this stamp so that there's a lot you can play around with this butterfly. You can adapt it to change it up when you're playing with it. But you see how much more impactful that wing is than the other one. Should we go for it and try the other wing and then put the highlighter on it, this shimmer over the top?
The show will finish in 4 minutes, 9 seconds.
Oh, all right, then I think we can do it. I think we can do it. Your mission, should you choose to accept it. Yeah, for sure. I'm looking forward to that new one, but I'm not happy that it's in 2 parts.
Oh, I know. It's almost like they're trying to make more money, isn't it?
Almost. Well, where'd they get that idea then? Well, what's that about?
And, you know what?
I'm terrible. I can't even do a series on TV in real time. I like to binge watch because then I can just, if I'm into it, I don't have to wait. I'm too impatient.
Yeah.
So I couldn't possibly do a film and then, oh no, I have to wait, another year or so?
Well, the good news for me, Sheena, is that I've never seen any of the Mission Impossible films, so I can binge watch them all eventually when the last one comes out.
I love it when you find a series like that. I think we did that with Line of Duty. For some reason, I haven't seen any. Oh, what a find that was, wasn't it?
Yeah, what was the other one I really enjoyed? The one with Sarah Lancashire in.
Oh, yes, that is fantastic. What's it called? Happy Valley.
Happy Valley.
Happy Valley? Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant, Happy Valley. She is so good, isn't she?
Say again.
She is ridiculously good actress.
She's
Brilliant.
not too bad, is she? Not too bad.
Yeah. Have you seen her as Julia Childs yet?
Have you seen what?
I've seen Sarah Lancashire as Julia Childs yet.
Oh, no, I haven't. You keep going on about that as well.
You've got to look for it, Ben. It's amazing. Yeah, you wouldn't think it was the same person. So, right, that's that. We've almost done, Ben. We can get there. I'm sure we can do it. Let's go with the, let's for this one use golden sunflower because we haven't used that one yet.
Okay.
So I'm giving it a shake. For speed, I'm just going to spray it onto my glass mat when I get the top off it here.
This is another one of the ones you can get individually, 10% off all the shimmer sprays individually today.
Fantastic. We'll do a little spray just there. That'll be fine. And then I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to paint over the butterfly like that. And then I don't have to worry if I want to paint over the black of the wings, I can, because that's not moving anywhere now because it is water resistant ink.
Yeah.
Whereas if I'd used the, you know, the black from my aqua pens, when I do this, this would all sort of smudge by now. So quickly, speed painting, no pressure. And then gives you the idea. Actually, you could leave the white on the wings as well, but I haven't. So. But that's basically that technique and that look. And I think it just works a treat. We've got the little swirl to do, but consider that's just there. And I don't know where the topper has gone for this card. Bear with. That will go on there like that. Yeah. Then our background, either one that we've created, either this one or that one would work. As well, but with a little bit of a bling in between it. That's amazing. That is amazing. Sheena, thank you so much. And you've finished pretty much bang on time for us as well. We'll do lots more in Beautiful Beginnings a little bit later on. And of course, if you've got any questions you want to fire our way for that show, anything that you think is perhaps a little bit more back to basics, we will do it. Sheena, thank you so much. We'll see you in a couple of hours. Thank you. Cheers, Ben. Cheers, all. Thank you. Everybody, do make sure that you check out your baskets. Get your showstopper because it's proved so super popular today. And I know the shimmer sprays are going to be flying out the door as well, as is everything else we've had on the show. We'll see you back here for Beautiful Beginnings in 2 hours' time. Bye for now.